Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, let me tell you guys how you know that something is an idol that you need to break. And I'm going to use myself as an example. So, lately, God, I've been praying, I've been fasting, I've been, just going in and trying to get everything it is that God needs to show me, needs to hear me. And I ask God for my ears to be inclined to hear His voice, and for my eyes to be inclined to see, opened to see the what He needs me to see in the spirit. And so God has been opening up my eyes and my ears. Okay. And so one of the things that the Lord has been dealing with me on is my body, my temple. Now, you guys, I'm a little woman. I'm probably about 128 pounds. And that's with no clothes on. 128 pounds with no clothes on. So I'm a little woman. But I previously had diabetes. I've been, my A1C is below, the last time we checked, it was like 6.1, which is pre-diabetic versus full-blown diabetes. And so I have, and I did that just by eating right. I was taking the medication. Now, I haven't been taking the medications. I don't need to anymore, but I still need to eat right. But I had a stronghold on me that liked cookies and candies and cakes and pies and all the stuff that you are not supposed to eat, especially as a diabetic. And with that stronghold, I would just, it was like if I had a pack of candy, I ate the whole pack. I didn't just eat a few. I would eat the whole thing. If I had cookies, I'm probably eating 3 or 4 rolls. Right? Not even hungry, just wanting it. And then being sick after, like, oh my gosh, why'd I eat all that candy? It was a stronghold. And so one day in my prayer, and I was praying, I was like, Lord, what are you saying to me today? Like, I haven't heard from you today. You didn't say anything. What are you saying to me? I need to hear your voice. And He simply said, stop eating sugar. Oh, wait a minute. What you mean? Okay, wait a minute, Lord. This can't be you, because you know how much I like sugar. God says, it can't be me. And I said, stop eating sugar. Period. Don't eat any more sugar. And I said, okay, well, Lord, if you want me to stop eating sugar, you're going to have to help me with this thing, because I don't want to be disobedient, but this is a stronghold on me. So, Lord, I ask that you help me with my cravings and my desire to have sugars and candies and things. Let me replace it with something else, like fruit and other things that may be, that can help with that, or take it away altogether. And so from that day forward, that was probably about 3 weeks ago, I haven't eaten any sugar. I haven't even had a desire to want candy or want, like when I go into, like, it was a point, you guys, when I went into the store, I could be going in the store for something that has nothing to do with any type of food, but I was going to get me a candy bar. That's how bad it was. I was going to get one of those chocolate grandma cookies. I was going to get them. And the Lord, I decided, I made in my mind, like, okay, well, Lord, if you said not to eat sugar, that means you must go help me not have these desires or these cravings. And so the Lord has helped me with that. And I haven't eaten any sugar. Now get this, you guys. There's an old man at work that sets candies on my desk every day. Every day. And then he stops putting the candies on my desk. And then he just told me, my candy is over here. Now, my man ain't been telling me this. But he says, this is right after the Lord told me not to eat sweets. He says, right here in this box, I got a bunch of candy. So anytime you want to, just come on in here and get it. And I'm like, the devil is a liar. A liar. So that was that. I stopped eating candy. But I actually, after like my fasting, the days that I would not fast, I increased my junk food intake. So chips and salsa and ice cream, which is a sweet, but I knew what God was talking to me when he was talking about candies and sugars. I knew what he was talking about because I knew that it was an idol and I knew that it was a stronghold. But I started eating junk food. Like I replaced it with something else. And last night, you guys, I kid you not. So I ate junk food I shouldn't have ate. And I was like, Lord, why did I eat this stuff? I shouldn't have ate these chips and salsa and all this other stuff. Not the way I ate it. And last night I was in my dream, sleeping beautifully. The Lord said, and I was dreaming, I had a dream, but in that dream the Lord says, stop eating junk food. And I'm like, what? Stop eating junk food. So I'm like, oh, all right, I won't eat junk food. Then I woke up this morning and I was listening to a sermon and a prayer, and I was just listening to these different things. And the main thing that they were talking about on there, or one of the main things, was your body being your temple and not eating junk food. God is so amazing and he's so funny, and he was just like, stop eating junk food. Stop eating junk food. So, needless to say, you guys, listen to the sound of God's voice. I shared all that with you guys to say that one of the ways that I recognize that it's God's voice that's speaking to me is when he is telling me something to stop doing something or to start doing something that I probably really wouldn't tell myself to do. So it has to be God. And it's good for me. And it's good for me. It's something that he tells me to because I would have never myself said stop eating sugar. I would never myself say stop eating junk food. But the Lord knows that it's unhealthy for me, and he's given me the strength to do it. And that's another thing. God will never tell you to do something and then not give you the strength and the will to do it. We just have to tap into the strength, tap into the will, and then move forward with obedience with what God said. And I know that it seems like it's a small thing, not eating sugar, not eating junk food, but it's really the obedience behind it. And there's a reason why. It's not good for me. It's not good for any of us to eat like that. You know? And it's gluttony. For me, it was a gluttony. And the Lord needed to deliver me from that. So I just be keen to the voice of God and know that the Lord will never, he's never going to tell you anything to harm you. And even though we don't want to let go of some of the things that we're holding on to, even though we don't want to stop doing some of the things that we're doing, it's for our good. It's for our good. So with that, you guys have a beautiful and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I shouldn't have said Tuesday because this might go. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Have a beautiful day, you guys. And listen to the voice of the Lord.